Hello everyone, I heartily welcome you. I, Gaurang Chapaneri, founder of Mechanical Guru 2020 YouTube channel. Today, I will starting the new series of video that is simplex method of linear programming. In this video, I will solve maximization problem by simplex method of linear programming. This method I will explain very easiest way and simple with some tricks and technique to find out the values, so you can easily digest it. If you like my video, then please subscribe it and press the bell icon to get latest notification, and don't forget to press the like button. Now I will go to the simplex method. In today's video, we discuss the maximization problem solved by the simplex method. So, first we understand the simplex method. Okay, in the previous section, we discussed the graphical method. In order to solve LPP having only two variables, LPP can have more than two variables. To solve such kind of LPP, that is simplex method, is used to solve the fundamental principle of simplex method. Basically, it starts solving the problem from origin and ends at the any extreme corner of the feasible region. Okay, that is graphical method. In that, the solution available at the origin is termed as a IBFS, that is initial basic feasible solution. Simple, the simplex method is basically used for the more than two variables. We can solve it in two variables also, we can solve it, but it's better to solve by the graphical method. Now we discuss the types of variables. Okay, these variables we already discussed in our first video. So just here we just go through it. The first is the slack variables. Okay, the slack variable is represented by Wi. Okay, this variable don't have yield any profit. Therefore, such variables are added to the original objective function with zero coefficient. So it's represented by this way: summation of j is equal to 1 to n aij xj less than equal to bi, where aij is a technological coefficient, xj is a decision variable, and bi is a resource value. Okay, in a simplex method, in a constraint sign, when the constraint sign less than equal to means in that we have to add the slack variable. Simple, the non-negative variables which is added to the left hand side of the constraint to convert it into the equation. So it's represented by summation of j is equal to 1 to n aij xj plus wi is equal to bi. Okay, so this is the slack variable. Just we have to add the slack variable in the left hand side. Next, surplus variable is represented by si. So, and these variables are also called negative slack variables. It's represented by summation of j is equal to 1 to n aij xj greater than or equal to bi. Okay, just sign is different. So here, when in a constraint sign greater than equal to, then we have to use surplus variable. Okay. So the positive variables which is subtracted from the left hand side of the constraint to convert it into the equation. So it's formulated by summation of j is equal to 1 to n aij xj minus si is equal to bi. And the third variable, that is artificial variable, it's represented by ai. Artificial variables is basically required for the optimal solution. Now we will go to the example. Solve the following LPP by simplex method. Maximize z is equal to 30x1 plus 40x2 plus 20x3 and the constraint or subject to first constraint 10x1 plus 12x2 plus 7x3 less than equal to 10,000. Okay, this is the first equation. Second constraint 7x1 plus 10x2 plus 8x3 less than equal to 8,000. This is second equation. And last x1 plus x2 plus x3 less than equal to 1000. So this is the third equation. And a non-negative condition x1, x2, x3 greater than equal to 0. So this example we have to solve by the simplex method. So first of all we have to convert it into the equality form. So here we can easily find out that here all the sign is less than or equal to. Means in all the constraints we have to add slack variables. So now we start the solution. From the above equation, here three constraints, so there will be three slack variables. Now the equality of the equation can be replaced below. So now we have to convert inequality to equality form. So first we convert equation 10x1 plus 12x2 plus 7x3 plus w1 plus 0w2 plus 0w3 is equal to 10,000. Same in a second equation 7x1 plus 10x2 plus 8x3 plus 0w1 plus w2 plus 0w3 is equal to 8,000. And third constraint x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus 0w1 plus 0w2 plus w3 is equal to 1000. So here decision variable and slack variables greater than equal to 0. So here w1, w2 and w3 are slack variables. Basically slack variables are treated just like a decision variable. Okay. Now we have to convert the objective function. The objective function maximize z is equal to 30x1 plus 40x2 plus 20x3 plus 0w1 plus 0w2 plus 0w3. So here the slack variables represent ideal capacity of the resources. It does not have any impact on the cost. So the coefficient of the slack variable in objective function is taken as a 0. And in the irrespective constraint in this equation, the value of coefficient of a slack variable is unity and other slack variable in irrespective constraint is taken as a 0. So now this equation we have to convert it into the simplex tabular form. Okay, the simplex method is basically iterative method. So now first we have to convert it into the simplex tabular form. Okay, so here this is the standard format. Okay, here I write down the basic variables. Okay, here x1, x2, x3, w1, w2, w3 is nothing, just go to the objective function and just write down the sequence of the decision variable and slack variable. x1, x2, x3, w1, w2 and w3. Okay, and here is a bi. Bi is a resource value, the right hand side of the constraint, and the last ratio. Okay, and second profit constraint. Okay, that is Cj is nothing but this is a profit 30, 40, 20, 0, 0, 0. Just we have to write down simple 30, 40, 20, 0, 0. Now we have to write down this value, basic variables, that is w1, w2, w3. Why we write down here the slack variables? Basically, basic variable represents variable for finding out the solution for the fulfillment of the objective function. So initially basic variable are taken as a select variable to get the IBFS. Okay, and here the basic variable cost is 0. Simple. Now we have to write down in this value. So first we have to consider the first equation, that is 10x1 plus 12x2 plus 7x3 plus w1, 0w2 and 0w3 is equal to 10,000. In that, just we have to write down the technological coefficient, that is 10, 12, 7, 1, 0, 0 and last BI value 10,000. Simple. Okay. Similarly for the second equation, 7, 10, 8, 0, 1, 0, 8,000 and third constraint, third equation 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1 and the resource value is 1,000. Okay. Now we have to find out the ZJ, that is objective function value. Okay. In the first iteration, always ZJ value is 0. Why 0? Because here all the sign is less than or equal to. If any sign greater than equal to, then value may be different. So when the sign is less than equal to, then always consider ZJ value are 0. Now we have to find out the delta J, that is Cj minus Zj. Okay. If you see in a book, in a different book represent different way. Okay, in some of the book solved by Zj minus Cj, but here I will choose Cj minus Zj because here problem is maximization. So in a delta J value or Cj minus Zj value, we have to choose most positive number. So I always choose Cj minus Zj. Now in a delta J value, we have to choose most positive number. Okay, so here we can easily find out most positive number is 40. Okay, so this is the our key column. Okay, so this is the KC or key column. Now we have to find out the ratio. Ratio is represented by BI by KC. BI means this is the resource value and KC, that is key column. Okay, so first 10,000 divided by 10, that is 833.33. Similarly second 8,000 divided by 10, so this is 800 and last 1,000 divided by 1, that is 1,000. Now in the ratio we have to find out minimum positive number. So here we can easily find out minimum positive number is 800. So this is the our key row. Okay. Now in a key row and a key column intersect at one point, that is the key element or pivot value. Okay, so this is the our key element. Okay, so it's represented by simple circle. Okay, so this is the our key element. Okay, so here the first iteration is completed. Now we go for the next iteration, that is iteration 2. In iteration 2, we have to refer this iteration. Now go for the next iteration. Okay, this is iteration 1. Iteration 2. Okay, here first write down this value, objective basic, decision variable and slack variable, BI and ratio. Similarly, CJ profit constraint, that is 30, 40, 20, 0, 0, 0. Okay, this is the standard format. Now here x2 is the entering variable while w2 is a leading variable. Okay, so here we have to replace these two values 0 and w2. In that we have to write down 40 and x2. So here x2 is a entering variable. Okay, and w2 is a leading variable. So first we have to write down this value 40 and x2. Okay, and remaining value are same, that is 0w1 and 0w3. Now next we have to find out remaining value. Okay, in that first we have to find out this key row value. Okay, how to find out key row value? In that we have to choose this equation. Corresponding replacement key row value is equal to each element of the key row divided by key element. Okay, so this is the our element of the key row, that is 7, 10, 8, 0, 1, 0 and 8000. So first 7 divided by 10, similarly 10 divided by 10, 8 divided by 10, 0 divided by 10, 1 divided by 10, 0 divided by 10 and last 8000 divided by 10. So this is the our value 0.71, 0.80, 0.10 and 800. Remaining value we have to choose this equation. New element is equal to old number minus corresponding key row number into corresponding key column number divided by key element. Okay, all the value we have to choose this equation. Now we have to find out the delta j value. If here all the delta j value are 0 and negative, hence our solution is optimal. If not, if any positive value, then we have to go for the next equation. So first we have to find out this value. Okay, so this is the our new element. Okay, so this is the our new element. So how to find out this value? New element is equal to old number minus in bracket corresponding key row number into corresponding key column divided by key element. So here we find out this value. So old number, that is 30, minus in bracket corresponding key row. Okay, so in 30 the corresponding key row value is 7 into corresponding key column. Okay, so this is the key column number, that is 40, divided by key element, that is 10. So here we get the value. New element is equal to 30 minus 7 into 40 divided by 10 is equal to 2. So here we have to write down 2. Okay, so here we get the positive value, means we have to go for the next equation. Now second value, same equation use. Okay, so here 0. Now this value we will find out. Okay, old number 30 minus in bracket corresponding key row, that is 8, corresponding key column, that is 40, divided by key element, that is 10. Okay, so here we get the value minus 12. Okay. Next again here is same equation 0. Okay, next we have to find out this value minus 4. Okay, old number 0, corresponding key row 1, corresponding key column, that is 40 and key element 10. Okay, so here we get the value is minus 4. Okay, here again 0. Now here our identity matrix is 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. Okay, so here I will give you some tips or tricks. So here our basic variable w1, x2 and w3. So just we have to follow this x2 first. X2 we already find this value. Okay, in x2 go for the x2 1, remaining are 0. Which remaining? w and w3. Same thing in a w1. In a w1 here 1, remaining x2 and w3 are 0. And w3 here w3, in w3 value we have to write down 1, remaining w1 x2 are 0. Okay, remaining value we have to find out this equation. Okay, 0 0 1. Okay, same remaining value we have to choose this equation. Okay, now we have to find out key column. So here only one positive number, that is plus 2. So this is our key column. Okay, now we have to find out the ratio same bi by kc. So first 400 divided by 1.6, that is 250. Second 800 divided by 0.7. Okay, so here we get a 1142.28, and the last 200 divided by 0.6, it is 6600, sorry, 666. Okay, in ratio we have to choose minimum positive number, so this is the minimum positive number. Okay, so this is the key row. Okay, and this is our key element when key column and key row intersect. Okay, so here iteration 2 is completed. Now we have to go for the iteration 3. Okay, in iteration 3 you have to refer these table, that is iteration 2. Now forget the iteration 1. Okay, and one more thing, here I will give you the one more tips, whether we go in the right direction or not. Okay, in here we write down dash, okay, or 0. So here we have to find out this value. So here we get the 32,000. How to find out? Just simple. This multiplication 0 into 400, 40 into 8,000. Sorry, 40 into 800 and 0 into 200. So here we get the 32,000. So initial iteration 1. Here we get the 0. Here we get a 32,000. Means our problem is maximization, so we will want to maximize the profit. So here we get the positive numbers, means here we get the right direction. Okay, now we go for the iteration 3. Okay, iteration 3. Okay, first we have to write down this value and above value, that is constraint profit 30, 40, 20, 0, 0, 0. Okay, now here x1 is a entering variable and w1 is a leaving variable. Okay, so first we have to write down this value 0 w1 instead of 30 and x1. Okay, so first we have to write down this 30 and x1. Remaining two variables x2 and w3, same as it is, we have to write down 40 x2 and 0 w3. Okay, now we have to choose same equation. So first we have to find out this value. Okay, corresponding replacement key row value. Okay, so first we have to find out this value. Okay, so this is okay 100 minus 1.6, 0.6, 0.750 and 250. A remaining value we have to choose that equation. New element is equal to old number minus in bracket corresponding key row into corresponding key column divided by key element. Okay, so first we have to find out delta j value. Okay, and one more thing I forget to in iteration 2. In iteration we find out the zj value. Okay, in iteration 2 did not find out the zj value, just direct you to find out delta j value. Okay, so here first we have to find out delta j value. Same equation, so here the value is 0, here is also 0, here we get minus 8.8, minus 0.8, minus 1.4 and here 0. Okay, so here all the delta j value are 0 and negative, hence our problem is optimal, means our solution is optimal. So just we have to find out these two value, resource value. Okay, using same equation. Okay, old number, that is 800 minus in corresponding key row 400, corresponding key column 0.7. So 400 into 0.7 divided by 1.6. So here we get the 625 and same. So here we get 125. Okay, this data is not required. Okay, if you have time then you can solve it. So just for your kind information, just we find all the value. Okay, 01, 0.80, 0.11 and remaining. Okay, so here we get the 32,500. So here we get a 32,000 and 32,500. So here all the delta J value is either 0 or negative. Okay, we can easily find out here all the delta J 0 and negative. So this is the optimal solution. Hence we can write the solution for given LPP as follows. Okay, so first we have to find out the value. So here x1 we get the 250. So just we have to write down this value. X1 is 250 and x2 is equal to 625. Okay. This value we have to put into our objective function, that is maximize z is equal to 30x1 plus 40x2 plus 20x3. Put this value in objective function. So here we get maximize z is equal to 32,500. Clear? Okay, so this is the very simplest method. In the next video, I will show you more tricks. Thank you everyone for watching my video. For any query or suggestion, you can contact me. Okay, this is my mobile number and this is my mail ID. You can directly contact me. Thank you everyone.